Firstly, I think that everyone is proud about this bridge here in Croatia. For us, it has important meaning connecting two parts of our country, and it's beautiful. That's very important. We are very grateful to Chinese companies and the government, of course, because the job was done very efficiently. So I hope that it's beginning of future cooperation, very intensive future cooperation as well. The Belt and Road project is probably one of the biggest global projects in the world, and it helps especially countries developing their infrastructure. Here in Croatia we are not so undeveloped. We have highway, beautiful highway all around our country. We have also some good energetic infrastructure, but we are missing, in my opinion, we are missing railway infrastructure. And definitely we should think about cooperation building this type of infrastructure, because it's more and more crucial, especially in present economical situation. Here in the region, I know that Chinese companies are involved in many projects, not only in Croatia, but also in Montenegro, in Serbia, in some other countries, and it's good because the example of Peljesac Bridge shows that efficiency and quality of the work is one of key issues for not only, of course, for those countries who are having the project, but also for companies like Chinese company that participate in the project in Croatia. And China was always fair, and I think that example of the principle one China is a good example for that, and all countries should respect this principle, like China and big countries should respect, and China is doing that, sovereignty of small states. In 2019 I had the honor to meet President Xi with one group of formerly European leaders and American leaders, and we had meeting with him, and the President expressed his ambition in the field of social activities. Especially he stressed the number of high decreased number of people who live in poverty. That means the project that China is following now to suppress the poverty is very successful, and so this social component is for me very important, and I think having no poverty in such a big country like China is very, very big achievement. I started to follow China in the late 90s during the former Yugoslavia, when I visited China for the first time. And last time I was relatively recent. I've been more than 20 times in China. And the development of China is really impressive. You can even not compare, let's say, Shanghai 20 years ago and today, or Beijing. It's visible development, very intensive development. And definitely in frames of development, I think it's very important to follow some ecological standards, some social standards, and to develop capacity of industry, modern industries specifically. And China is, I think, very successful in that field. Here in Croatia, we are also trying to redevelop our industry, because we had, before the war we had here in the last century. But now we are trying to rebuild not only tourism, but other branches of industry. Especially we are very successful, as I told before, in IT industry. And I hope that the new young generation will follow that path, and that we are going to develop in other branches of industry as well. China is doing very good. I think that innovation is very present in Chinese economical philosophy. Yes, innovations are very important, and I think the states, China, Croatia, Germany, United States, should promote and support those people capable to bring new ideas and new products on the market. I think that globalization is a force that no one can stop finally, because new technologies bring all people all around the world together. But the idea of globalization is not welcomed all around the world and among all political circles. And what's visible, many countries, they previously promoted globalization when they were strong in the market, dominating markets all around the world. They were for globalization. Now when they have competitors, they're not anymore for globalization. And I think that idea of globalization should not be treated just as an economical category, but also as cultural category, and people should understand that we are really one. In spite that the world is big, the world is very different, we have different traditions or whatever, we have to understand that we belong to the same circle, that humanity is one, and that there is no global happiness without fair state of living in the whole world. From the very beginning of our statehood, we had good relations, very good relations of China, established diplomatic relations 30 years ago. We are celebrating that now, and I would like to stress that our relations are better and better. Of course, one of obstacles, let's say, it's not political difference, but difference in size and capacities. China is the biggest, the most populated country in the world, and Croatia is a relatively small country, one of small countries, but nice. I always stress, small is beautiful. And the small should not also be beautiful, but also good in many activities, and we can and we must be partners in many fields, not just fair political partners at the global scene, but the cultural relations, economical relations can be even more intensive than today. Of course, it's a bigger problem for Croatia how to offer to such big market like China our products, our cultural products, our economical projects, but I think that our governments should be more engaged and we have enough space to develop our activities.